A drone delivers. Who gets the tip? Have you seen drone delivery in your area?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DoorDash and Flytrex launched drone delivery in Dallas-Fort Worth following a successful pilot partnership offering all-day drone delivery and industry-leading carry capacity. What does that mean? Okay, so DoorDash and Flytrex announced today, maybe yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video, they announced that they are expanding in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area upon a successful pilot program. Customers in parts of Little M and Frisco can now order food from dozens of local and national restaurants, including Papa John's. Papa John's Pizza Drone Delivery, y'all. And the King Road location in the Brass Tap between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. all day drone delivery. This is crazy. Autonomous drone fleet. Flytrex has an autonomous drone fleet. Now, maybe you've seen something similar to this in like Charlotte, North Carolina. I've seen a few test sites for drones out there. Nothing in my market yet, but this is a game changer, you guys. These drones is taking jobs. They taking deliveries right out of your pocket. And guess what? You ain't got to tip a drone. Absolutely crazy. Now, I am curious to see how much they are charging for the drone delivery option, right? Because you got your pickup, you got your delivery, then you got drone delivery. This is absolutely crazy. So it's got to be some type of upcharge for that, some expanded charge to cover the cost of this partnership and this pilot. But this is crazy. This marks Flytrex's first third-party app integration, enabling customers to place orders directly through the DoorDash app. Eligible customers can select drone delivery at checkout, with orders prepared at restaurants and flown to their home. So they saying that the order gonna be prepared at the restaurant. Of course the order gonna be prepared at the restaurant and flown to their home. They are insinuating that the order will be flown from the restaurant to the customer's house. And from my understanding, from my experience, from my research, that is not the case. What I've seen is off-site third-party locations where the delivery drivers drop off the food to these drone delivery locations. I've seen that. I haven't seen any locations right outside of a particular merchant where from the time they seal up the bag, they just ready to put that thing in the air. I have not seen that yet. Let me know if you've seen that. But they saying that eligible customers can place an order that's prepared at a restaurant and flown straight to their home. The service currently reaches over 30,000 households and more than 100,000 residents. So they done got some deliveries up under their belt. But let me know in the comment section, have you seen drone delivery in your area, and are you worried about it? Because they definitely about to come for that job. DoorDash now offers the region's most expansive drone delivery operation, operating hours and highest capacity load. Flytrex's drones can carry up to 6.6 pounds, the largest in the region. And next generation models will increase capacity to 8.8 pounds. They is not playing with these drones. They is putting these mugs in the air, and they is coming for that job. Well, I'm trying to tell you, the next phase of drone delivery is all about convenience, driven by expanded capabilities to unlock a broader range of cases. Said the head of product at DoorDash Labs. Larger payloads, longer operating hours allow us to serve more customers. They trying to get that money. And they trying to get rid of dashers too. Drone delivery offers suburban families exactly what they looking for: speed, affordability, and convenience. You're getting it faster than a dasher will get it to you. Affordability, that's to be seen, because this shit finna cost some money, so you better get that straight. But they definitely trying to look. If you better believe, if they didn't put all these millions of dollars into this drone delivery service, they coming for that job. So you better be ready. The pilot program completed over 1,000 deliveries, demonstrating strong customer adoption and satisfaction. Flytrex has also implemented advanced drone traffic control technology. What is this? Drone traffic control technology. So you know they got 10 to 20 drones up in the air. If you need traffic control technology, that means they got drones going out as drones is coming back. They not playing out there, y'all. They is not playing. enabling drone operators to serve overlapping communities while safely managing flight paths through automated systems and innovation that broadens suburban coverage. Listen, that's pretty much the whole article. You can head over to the DoorDash newsroom website and check out this for yourself. But the point is, they launching drones in Fort Worth, Texas, and in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, they launching them drones. They coming for that job. You hear me? They claiming that they delivering it straight from Chick-fil-A, straight to your house. I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that's what's happening, but we got to see. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I ain't too worried about it, you know, because I already phased out DoorDash. I don't use them as much as I did. And we ain't got no drone delivery sites in my area. But if we do get some drone delivery sites, I will definitely be the first to let you know, because I'm going to pull up and I'm going to ask some questions. Boy, you ain't about to just take my DoorDash job and I ain't about to say nothing. I need to know what's going on. A few things I want to touch on real quick. Drone delivery is going to be highly dependent on the weather conditions. Drones cannot operate in adverse weather conditions, i.e. heavy rain, strong winds, thunderstorms, or even dense fog. So in that Dallas-Fort Worth area, they experience a wide range of weather. They get a lot of precipitation. So what happens during a typical Texas thunderstorm? Well, deliveries gonna end up grinding to a halt, especially these drone deliveries. Drone delivery is best suited for suburban areas with open spaces where drones can land safely. High density urban areas, multi-story apartment buildings, these are gonna be incredibly challenging for drones to handle. So there will be dashers still needed to facilitate those orders. How does a drone deliver to a third floor apartment? Answer, it simply cannot. So we still gonna be needing dashers to facilitate a number of deliveries that drones just will not be able to do. And then to take it a step further beyond that, it costs money to set up the infrastructure needed to safely and accurately and follow all the regulatory guidelines. It takes money to make that happen. So beyond the drones, there's going to be cost of launch, landing, charging stations, maintenance facilities, personnel to manage the drone fleet. This is going to be a substantial upfront cost for DoorDash. Therefore, they won't be able to just completely change over to only doing drone deliveries. Yes, there will be a significant amount of deliveries that will be allocated over to the drone side. But still, it's going to be a lot of situations where a drone's not going to be able to reach the desired location, and it's going to be safer and more feasible for a human driver to deliver that order. Now, long term, this could have some impact for dashers, and it could be pretty bad. If drone delivery becomes widespread and scalable, right, it would undoubtedly replace the demand for human drivers for certain order types and certain routes, those that we talked about earlier. You know, the urban areas with lots of open spaces. These are going to be primarily the places where DoorDash focus their energy on the drone program. But again, think about low-hanging fruit orders, the small, quick deliveries, especially the ones that have low delivery distance from the, i.e., launching zone, and especially the ones that don't make a lot of sense for dashers to take. In those areas, we're going to call those the low-hanging fruit orders, and those are going to be the ones that the drones primarily deliver in the beginning. But again, once they scale this up and it becomes more widespread and they increase that capacity load, they will be diving into heavier deliveries and much further delivery distance. For complex deliveries, your larger orders, your multi-stop orders, your orders that require a little bit more attention to detail, these could mean fewer opportunities for the drones to do those, because we need that extra detail to attention and that extra human element. So those particular opportunities will still be taken by the drivers and completed by the dashers. Drivers might become more like a last mile specialist for the drone delivery. You might pick up orders from a merchant just to drop it off to the delivery site versus actually facilitating the whole order from merchant to the customer drop off. This could mean more deliveries for you. But again, the price has to be right, and the efficiency and the speed has to be there too, because ain't nobody trying to be spending 10 minutes at no loading zone trying to get an order handed off to a drone associate. Ain't nobody got time for that. So they better have it streamlined, and it better not take any extra time than it needs to. If a drone delivers, who gets the tip? Does the customer tip DoorDash, or does the concept of tipping for a robot seem less appealing? Listen, this could further erode potential earnings for human drivers, even on orders they do complete. A significant portion of driver earnings comes from tips. We all know this. This is not new knowledge by any means. If that revenue stream is diminished or eliminated for drone deliveries, it impacts the overall viability of the gig. It really do. We depend on them tips. And let me find out that drones is getting the tip, or DoorDash pocketing that tip because the customer opted for drone delivery. That's gonna throw a whole wrinkle in the whole game plan. So look, it's not a total replacement, not yet, of drivers, but it is something to keep your ear to the streets on. You know what I'm saying? You wanna make sure you know what's going on out here. It's a testing ground for scalability. That's what it is. Once they really open this up and start really trying to have like complete areas on lockdown with drone delivery, that's when we got to be worried. But for right now, they just trying to dibble and dabble in as many different aspects of delivery as they can. They partner with Wing. Now they partnering with these folks. They gonna partner with multiple drone companies until they get to the point where they got it squared down, and then they gonna buy the drone companies, because you know DoorDash don't play no games. They not about to be partnering with people that they can just go ahead and buy out. If this thing works and it works the way they want it to work, and they see the money and the profitability, and they can, you know, use less dasher workforce and more drone workforce, you better believe it. They're gonna be setting it up. They're gonna buy out this company. They're gonna buy out Wing. They're gonna buy out your local drone supplier in your area. They're gonna buy them out completely, and they're gonna use that as a spot to facilitate their launching. DoorDash know what the hell they doing. So look, Dashers, make sure you up to date on what's going on in the DoorDash community and how it impacts you as a Dasher. You know I got you. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. I gotta go grab me an order because I've been sitting here way too long. So y'all let me know what's going on in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.